Welcome to a breathtaking voyage through the most extreme and fascinating planets in the universe. Today we'll uncover alien worlds that defy the very limits of human imagination. We begin with terrifying exoplanets, planets so hostile, so violent that life as we know it wouldn't stand a chance. Then we'll shift from cosmic chaos to cosmic hope, exploring potentially habitable planets, worlds that make us wonder, are we truly alone in the universe? But the journey doesn't stop there. We'll bring the adventure back to our own cosmic backyard and examine the most extreme planets in our solar system. Venus, with its infernal heat, Jupiter, the storm-racked giant, Saturn, and its magnificent rings, Uranus with its bizarre tilt, and Neptune, home to the fastest winds ever recorded. Get ready to dive into a universe of extremes, mysteries, and mind-blowing discoveries, as we unveil the secrets of distant worlds and the giants of our own celestial neighborhood. Imagine a world that shines in a beautiful blue, but hides a brutal nightmare beneath its color. HD 189733b is one of the most terrifying exoplanets ever discovered, located about 64 light-years from Earth. At first glance, its sapphire hue might remind us of our own planet, but don't be fooled. This gas giant is a raging hellscape where it rains molten glass sideways, driven by winds reaching up to 5,400 miles per hour. These winds travel several times faster than the speed of sound, turning every raindrop into a deadly weapon. Just imagine being hit by razor-sharp glass flying at hypersonic speeds. The planet's orbit hugs its star so closely that temperatures on its surface soar well beyond 1,000 degrees Celsius. It's a world of fire and shards, a cosmic storm that never ends, a place where beauty masks a violent, unimaginable reality. HD 189733b is not just uninhabitable, it's a nightmare sculpted by chaos. Now let's journey to one of the most unsettling and haunting places in the universe. PSRB 1257 plus 12c, a planet that orbits not a normal star, but a pulsar, the remnant of a massive star that died in a violent supernova explosion. This planet lies nearly 2,300 light-years away and is locked in an orbit around a rapidly spinning stellar corpse. Pulsars emit intense deadly beams of radiation with every rotation, pulsing through space like a cosmic siren of destruction. Living near one would be impossible. Radiation blasts constantly slam into the planet's surface, making it one of the most radioactive and hostile environments imaginable. Any known form of life would be annihilated in moments. But perhaps the most chilling fact is this. This planet may have survived the supernova itself. It's a cosmic survivor, a ghost planet orbiting a dead sun, forever trapped in a gravitational embrace with something that should have destroyed it. A world scorched by pulses of death, a silent witness to the aftermath of a stellar catastrophe. Next on our journey, a world that takes the word extreme to a whole new level. Meet HD 213885b, a terrifying super-Earth located around 156 light-years from us. At nearly 9 times the mass of Earth, this planet is a heavyweight giant, and its horrors don't stop there. It orbits its star at a blistering pace, completing a full revolution in just one Earth day. That means it's constantly bombarded with intense stellar radiation. Surface temperatures on HD 213885b are believed to exceed 1,600 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt rock. Its landscape may be nothing more than a sea of magma, bubbling and churning under a brutal sky. And then there's the gravity. With such a massive body, the force pulling you down would be nearly 9 times stronger than Earth's. Even taking a single step could feel like lifting a mountain. HD 213885b isn't just hot, it's crushing. A hellish prison of heat and pressure that challenges the limits of what a planet can be. It's a blazing, suffocating, gravity-drenched nightmare, a cosmic furnace where nothing familiar could survive. Now let's drift far from the fire, into a frozen void. Welcome to Ogle 2005 BLG 390lb, one of the coldest and most desolate planets ever discovered. Located an astonishing 21,000 light-years from Earth, this planet is a true relic of ice, a cosmic deep freeze where the average temperature drops below minus 220 degrees Celsius, or about minus 364 degrees Fahrenheit. Its surface is likely covered in thick layers of frozen rock and ice with no sunlight strong enough to offer warmth or light. Why? Because it orbits a faint red dwarf star. a sun so dim that it barely glows. This means the planet lives in eternal dusk, locked in a realm of permanent cold and shadow. Here, any liquid would freeze instantly, and the idea of life, at least life as we know it, is simply out of the question. It's a place where time feels frozen, where silence and darkness rule. A lonely, lightless world adrift in the vast emptiness of the galaxy. A frozen tomb of cosmic solitude. From frozen silence to fiery extremes, now we enter a place so hot it blurs the line between planet and star. Meet Kelt 9b, the hottest exoplanet ever discovered. Orbiting a massive blue star around 670 light-years from Earth, this gas giant reaches temperatures over 4,300 degrees Celsius, or about 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit, nearly as hot as some stars. Kelt 9b orbits extremely close to its host star, completing a full orbit in less than 2 Earth days. It's caught in a relentless blaze with its atmosphere constantly vaporizing under the intense heat. In fact, the planet is literally evaporating. Its atmosphere is being stripped away, trailing behind like smoke in the wind. A gas giant in slow, scorching collapse. This is a world being burned alive, a giant swallowed by its own sun. Kelt 9b isn't just hot, it's disintegrating in real time, a planet dying before our eyes. Now we visit a true behemoth, a planet so massive it makes Jupiter look small. This is HD 100546b, a monstrous super-Jupiter orbiting a young star approximately 320 light-years from Earth. Its size is staggering, estimated to be about 7 times the radius of Jupiter and over 9 times its mass. But what makes HD 100546b even more incredible is that it's still forming. Surrounded by a glowing disk of gas and dust, this giant is pulling in material as it grows, like watching a planet being born in real time. Its swirling surroundings hint at violent processes, perhaps even the formation of moons or rings, much larger than anything seen in our solar system. HD 100546b is raw, massive, and chaotic, a cosmic colossus taking shape before our eyes. It's not just a planet, it's a newborn titan rising from the cradle of the stars. Now imagine Saturn, but on a scale that really defies belief. This is J1407b, an enormous exoplanet orbiting a distant star about 420 light-years away, and it's surrounded by the largest ring system ever discovered. While Saturn's rings span about 280,000 kilometers, J1407b's rings stretch a mind-blowing 180 million kilometers across, nearly 200 times larger than Saturn's. These rings are so vast that if they orbited Saturn, we could actually see them from Earth with the naked eye, larger than a full moon in the night sky. Astronomers have detected at least 37 distinct ring structures, possibly containing enough mass to form Earth-sized moons. The planet itself is believed to be up to 40 times more massive than Jupiter, possibly even a brown dwarf, rather than a true planet. This is not just a planet, it's a planetary system in the making. J1407b is a celestial wonder, wrapped in rings that could rival galaxies in beauty and size. After exploring giants and infernos, it's time to ask a different question. Could life exist elsewhere in the universe? One of the most promising answers is Kepler, 442b, a rocky planet located about 1,200 light-years away in the constellation Cygnus. It orbits within the habitable zone of its star, the region where temperatures could allow liquid water to exist on the surface. Kepler, 442b is about 1.3 times the size of Earth, and likely has a solid surface, mild temperatures, and perhaps even a breathable atmosphere. Its host star is an orange dwarf, cooler and more stable than our Sun, giving the planet a better shot at long-term habitability. Scientists consider Kepler 442b one of the best places to search for life beyond Earth. With the right conditions, oceans could flow, clouds could form, and life, even if alien, might have a chance to thrive. It's a world that fuels hope, a reminder that maybe, just maybe, we are not alone. Now let's meet a world that feels eerily familiar, and yet profoundly distant. Kepler, 452b, located about 1,400 light-years away, is often called Earth's older cousin. Why? Because it orbits a star very similar to our Sun, and it sits right within the habitable zone, where temperatures could support liquid water. Kepler 452b is about 60% larger than Earth, and it's believed to be a rocky planet, with a surface that could support oceans, clouds, and maybe even life. But there's a twist. Kepler 452b is about 1.5 billion years older than Earth, which means, if life ever emerged there, it may have had a huge head start. Its star is also stable, which increases the chances that Kepler 452b has maintained a steady, life-supporting climate for eons. We don't yet know if it holds oceans, continents, or living beings. But Kepler 452b inspires one of humanity's most powerful dreams, that out there, somewhere, another version of life may already be thriving. After traveling across alien worlds, it's time to return home, to the planets in our own solar system, where extreme conditions still reign. Let's begin with Mercury, the smallest planet and the closest to the Sun. It's a rocky, cratered world, scorched by solar radiation during the day, then frozen in darkness at night. Temperatures swing from plus 430 degrees Celsius, or 800 degrees Fahrenheit, in daylight to minus 180 degrees Celsius, or negative 290 degrees Fahrenheit after sunset. Its slow rotation, taking nearly 59 Earth days to turn once, makes for strange sunrises, where the sun appears to rise, stop, and then reverse. Mercury is a land of silence, heat, and cold, a world of frozen shadows and blinding light. Now meet its sister, Venus, often called Earth's twin in size. But that's where the similarities end. Venus is a true hellscape. Its atmosphere is thick with carbon dioxide, and clouds of sulfuric acid trap heat in a runaway greenhouse effect. The surface temperature, a staggering 475 degrees Celsius or 890 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. Volcanoes, mountains, and plains mark its terrain beneath choking skies, and Venus rotates backwards, with a day that lasts 243 Earth days, longer than its own year. The sun rises in the west and sets in the east. From a distance, Venus shines like a jewel, but up close, it's a world of acid, heat, and crushing pressure, a deadly twin wrapped in beauty. Jupiter is, well, the largest planet in our solar system. A colossal gas giant that really dwarfs everything else with a mass that's more than 300 times that of Earth. Its atmosphere is this swirling mix of hydrogen and helium, creating these massive storms that can rage for centuries. The most famous of these, of course, is the Great Red Spot, a cyclonic storm that's actually larger than Earth and has been raging for over 400 years. The planet's magnetic field is, honestly, the strongest in the solar system, creating immense radiation belts that would just fry anything that ventured too close without proper protection. Jupiter's dozens of moons, including Ganymede, which is the largest moon in the solar system, reveal a whole new world of icy oceans and potentially habitable environments. While Jupiter is mostly gas and liquid, its core is believed to be a dense ball of rock and metal. Beneath its gaseous exterior, the pressure and temperatures rise to crushing extremes, a place where even the toughest materials would be crushed and vaporized. Yet despite its hostile environment, Jupiter remains a gateway to the mysteries of space, acting as a giant gravitational shield for the inner planets and protecting Earth from potential threats like comets and asteroids. If there's a planet that captures the imagination like no other, it's Saturn, the jewel of our solar system. With a diameter of over 120,000 kilometers, Saturn is the second largest planet, made mostly of hydrogen and helium. Its atmosphere is dynamic and honestly pretty violent, with winds reaching over 500 kilometers per hour, and these vast storm systems swirling across its golden surface. But Saturn's true claim to fame is its spectacular rings, a massive, intricate structure made of ice and rock, stretching hundreds of thousands of kilometers across yet only a few meters thick. These rings are divided into distinct bands, including the famous A, B, and C rings, each with its own unique characteristics. They're shaped and maintained by tiny shepherd moons, whose gravity helps keep the ring particles in order. Saturn's rings aren't permanent, they change over time, and one day, they may vanish entirely. Beyond the rings, Saturn hosts more than 80 moons, including the legendary Titan, a world with a dense atmosphere and lakes of liquid methane, and one of the most intriguing places in the search for alien life. Saturn isn't just beautiful, it's complex, active, and mysterious, a planet of elegance and extremes, still holding secrets waiting to be uncovered. Now we head to one of the most mysterious and, honestly, overlooked giants in our solar system. Uranus, a world of ice, tilt, and strange behavior. Located nearly 3 billion kilometers from the Sun, Uranus is the 7th planet and one of the coldest places we know, with temperatures plunging to minus 224 degrees Celsius. That's minus 371 degrees Fahrenheit, making it the coldest planet in the solar system. But what truly sets Uranus apart is its bizarre tilt. The planet rotates on its side with an axial tilt of about 98 degrees. This means its poles experience decades of sunlight followed by decades of darkness, creating extreme seasonal patterns unlike anything else in our system. Uranus is classified as an ice giant with a thick atmosphere made of hydrogen, helium, water vapor, ammonia, and methane, the latter giving it that soft blue-green glow. Beneath the clouds, scientists believe there may be oceans of supercompressed water and ammonia where pressures are so intense that exotic forms of matter could exist. Uranus also has dark, narrow rings and at least 27 moons, many named after characters from Shakespeare and mythology. It's a quiet giant spinning sideways, hiding deep secrets beneath its calm surface. A planet that challenges what we think we know about how worlds form and behave. Last but far from least, we arrive at the edge of our solar system, at a world of dark storms, icy winds, and endless mystery. This is Neptune, the 8th planet from the Sun, orbiting nearly 4.5 billion kilometers away. It's a cold, dense ice giant, with a deep blue atmosphere rich in hydrogen, helium, and methane, the gas that gives Neptune its intense, ocean-like color. But don't let the tranquil blue fool you. Neptune is home to the fastest winds in the solar system, reaching speeds of over 2,100 kilometers per hour, which is far beyond anything experienced on Earth. One of its most iconic features is the Great Dark Spot, a massive storm system the size of Earth, similar to Jupiter's Great Red Spot, but more volatile and short-lived. These storms appear and vanish over time, constantly reshaped by the planet's chaotic weather. Beneath the atmosphere lies a slushy layer of water, methane, and ammonia, and possibly a rocky core under extreme pressure. Neptune also hosts a set of faint, dusty rings and 14 known moons, including Triton, a frozen, geologically active moon that orbits backwards and may have once been a captured dwarf planet. Neptune is the wild frontier of our solar system, a place of howling winds, shifting storms, and deep cosmic secrets still waiting to be unlocked.